Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out Phantom Brigade. It is developed and published by Brace Yourself Games. It is a cinematic tactical mech strategy game that uses a timeline-based command system to order your mechs around and engage the enemy. As you can see, we're checking out the demo. They just had a 2.0 release, and it is currently on sale on Steam for $14.99 until December 3rd. So let's go ahead and hop in. I'm just going to go ahead and leave the brightness settings alone, and let's go ahead and start the demo. Let's see. Deadly unit destruction, salvage destroyed parts. Seems to be the only real change. Experience gain and camp recovery are both less. Let's just go ahead and hop in on normal. If I was doing a full playthrough, I would probably try the hard mode, but I think for this video, I'm just gonna do normal. I'm pretty interested to see this timeline mechanic. All systems nominal, ready to commence testing. Deployment confirmed. The techs want to see if you can push the prediction prototype to a full 5 seconds. HQ, I'm seeing a lot of interference in our data streams. It looks like the northern comm tower might be offline. We're seeing that too. The lieutenant is busy at the town site. Any chance you could check on the tower before commencing the test? Okay, so WASD, rotate cameras Q and E, tilt with R and F, okay. Or move the mouse while holding the same button. Okay, select a unit with left click. Pretty basic. So we have maybe armor values for left, right arm, back, and front. So we're gonna have him run, and then left click over here. So go ahead and execute, and both of our units are moving. On our way. I swear, if it's just those damn birds again. Major? It looks like the power line has been completely severed. How is that even possible? HQ, are you seeing this? Connection error. Attempting to reconnect. This doesn't feel right. Let's bring the prediction system online. So I'm assuming that's going to be our timeline mechanic here. Activate prediction system. This timeline displays your planned actions and predicts what every unit will do in the next 5 seconds. Okay. I'll circle the tower, cover my 6. If your system has warmed up, and the thing actually works. You should see my predicted movements. Okay, so yep, I'm assuming that's what that is. This is the action bar. Click the run action to see how prediction helps with planning. Hovering over the timeline will also show the prediction. Oh, okay. So as I move my character, my other guy moves as well. Okay. So this point should provide a clear view. Note how the distance to it changes the prediction arrival time. Okay, so the little bar down at the bottom. Alright, got it. Movement time is determined by distance. You can move any number of times. Actions can be cancelled with 2 right clicks. If you're happy with the plan, execute. Sure, let's do it. Ooh, the mouse is like inverted when I drag the screen around with the middle mouse button. We have contact. It looks like a Kaskad tank. Oh, attention. You have crossed the border into Fyrland territory. We will provide an escort back to Kaskad Dominion soil. Please confirm. Contact confirmed. Commencing phase 2. Boundary Falls has multiple prototype units on patrol. Try to take them intact. Major, predicting weapons going hot. Okay, so our first little combat here. The tank is about to attack you. You will need to get closer to engage it. Click the run action. We're going to move up here. And yep, so we can see that our buddy is circling around here. And then the enemy tank is going to be firing at him. So we're going to move here. Click the attack action next. First, choose when the attack should happen by hovering over the timeline. Okay. So I'm thinking that circle might be our range. So if we attack there, finish the attack by clicking the target unit or on its prediction. The percent displays the predicted effectiveness of your weapon at this range. So 81%. That sounds good. Let's go ahead and engage. You can drag the movements and attacks on the timeline to adjust the time and place every step. More than one attack can be planned. Try to create another attack. Okay, so we want to add an attack. Fire primary weapons. Can we, probably can't do it in the same... Can we have them overlap? Like, if we do it there... Oh, it just placed it right before, so we only get a 32% chance. But that's okay. Let's try it. Okay. Yep, so he did hit it. And we're flanking it now. Oh, we destroyed it. Okay. What the hell were they thinking? That was an act of war. Our comms still down. Reading multiple Kaskad signatures approaching from the north. Take cover. Kaskad just feels wrong. I always fumble over the names of everything. So, there are multiple incoming attacks and enemies out of your range. Try taking cover to avoid damage. Okay, so it wants us to move over here. So let's select the run order. Move here to avoid incoming fire. Okay. And I guess let's execute. All teams, continue to advance, weapons free, secure those prototypes, level everything if you have to. Oh yeah, so they were raining missiles down on us. Major, come in. Multiple signatures are moving on the town site, requesting immediate support. Get to the town, cadet. I'll defend this position. Oh, they got mechs incoming too. Okay, new unit type looks like. Multiple units on approach. Treat as hostile. T-minus 5 seconds. Well, that's convenient, considering we can look ahead into the future. For 5 minutes. Enemy forces are attacking the town. Eliminate them using the 3 units at your disposal. Okay. So we have our corporal, our lieutenant, and this guy here. Our cadet. Real quick, can I turn off this motion blur? Yeah, I'm not a fan of motion blur. And is there also look inverted off? I feel like that's the opposite of what I was thinking, but let's go ahead and apply that and see if that feels a little bit better. Yeah. The camera wants to like lock into a position, so if I move the mouse a little bit, it kind of swings it into the next position there, but that's okay. So the light mech is carrying an assault rifle and a submachine gun. It's best equipped for medium range. Circle the enemy and take advantage of its speed to avoid hits. So heavy and handgun, shotgun and shield, and then this is our light guy. I'm assuming this guy here. This mech has a shotgun which inflicts high damage at close range. You can use the shield action to block attacks while closing the distance. So we're going to want to issue a move order here. And probably get close to these guys. And then we can issue an attack order. Once we get here, because then we should be within range of this mech. 88% chance. Unit damage, pilot damage, so he's already a little bit damaged. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then let's... Okay, so we can switch between all of our units, or we can tab. So that's good. So this mech carries a heavy beam weapon. It is slow but powerful. Beams can cut through cover and hit multiple units at once. Okay. So let's have him move up here. So let me see. He's going to be moving into position. Our tanks are moving up. And we should be able to avoid our fire if we move here. And then let's issue an attack. Oh, so he has quite a large range, it looks like. So we might even be able to get 2 shots in, like they suggested. And I think we're going to fire on this. So if we fire here... Oh, no, it's a long attack. And fire on him. 100% accuracy. And then we have our... our lieutenant here? No. Corporal. Okay, here we go. So they want us to flank. So let's issue a move order. And can we flank? We can't go that way. I don't think we can come all the way over here. Oh, we can get up here on a higher elevation. So maybe let's do that. And then let's issue... Okay, we have primary and secondary. So let's fire our primary weapons at this guy here. And let's see. Oh. So we're not really in close enough range at the right time to do that. And then we also have a secondary attack with a even smaller range, it looks like. Okay. So I think we're going to go ahead and execute that, and we'll see how that plays out. Okay. So, yep, we've already taken one tank out. And started to do some damage to our enemy mech over here. So our light assault guy should be getting into position. In the heat of battle, it can be hard to keep track of everything. Click here to replay the last 5 seconds. Okay, that's just to rewatch everything. Hover over the timeline to review specific points in time, or use the time controls to watch the action on repeat. Okay? Once you're done with the replay, return to planning by clicking here. Okay? So we have our light mech selected, and we're going to issue an attack order once he gets into position over here. So let's actually issue a new move order if we can. Can we... I guess he's just set to move that far. So that's okay. We'll have him move up. Oh, they're going to start targeting him, it looks like. So let's have him stay there, and we'll see if we can't hit anyone, which I don't think we're going to be able to, unless it's at the very end here. 74%. Let's go ahead and take that. Let's grab our corporal. So they're going to be moving up and kind of crisscrossing. It would be nice if I could position my mech in a way to hit both of them. But let's move him over here and then issue an attack for, let's say, right as soon as oh wait, did I click the wrong button? Nope. Attack. Did I not issue a move order? Okay, confirm removal. There we go. I must have clicked wait instead of move. Let's see. I actually don't want to move him too much. Let's move him to here, and then we'll have him fire pretty much as soon as the turn starts, and we're going to try and hit this guy here. And then we're going to come over and select our lieutenant with the shield. And let's go ahead and maybe move him up this way. And then have him fire at the end of his turn. And we'll fire on optimal. So he's a little far out, so we'll fire on him. Alright, let's go ahead and execute. Yep, so we're hitting that mech pretty good here. And it looks like we have... Okay. Oh, dang. Our guy here is putting in some overtime. He took out both those tanks and this mech. These guys are both crashing. Okay, so that was great. That worked out really well, even better than I could have imagined. So, our lieutenant here, we're going to have him go ahead and move up and fire on this other tank. Now, I'm not sure if... I'm sure we can probably hit our own guys. So, let's have him wait until he gets here, and then fire in this direction. And he should be able to hopefully take them out. And then can we fire with our primary weapon at the very beginning of our timeline here? Right on there, 85%. Okay. And then very last, our heavy guy. Let's have him move back a little bit. And we'll also have him fire. Can we fire in the beginning and turn and hit him? Okay, so let's go ahead and execute. Oh yeah, perfect. And then let's see if our shotgun guy can come up here and finish off that last tank. Perfect. Okay. So that went pretty well, I think. Almost on accident a little bit there. More Kaskad signatures approaching our position. Detecting 20, 30. Okay, so we're about to really get overrun. Connection lost. Reserve relay offline. Emergency broadcast failed. We're being overrun. All units evacuate the civilians and fall back. Don't let them get their hands on the prototypes. Okay. Evacuation time. The attack on Boundary Falls was the first of many. Without warning or provocation, the Kaskad Dominion swiftly overran their neighboring country, the Republic of Fyrland. The annexation was brutal and absolute. Within days, Fyrland's military was reduced to scrap and rubble. Their surviving forces fled to whatever safe corners they could find. Armed only with salvaged or rebuilt equipment, they worked together to form a resistance, engaging in covert and guerrilla warfare against their occupiers. Over time, they became known as the Fyrland Freedom Forces, or the 3F. With dwindling numbers, their victories were short-lived, but the 3F had one thing that Kaskad didn't: the prototype prediction technology that had been saved from Boundary Falls. The prototypes were entrusted to a small group of mech pilots who could use it to strike at their oppressors with seemingly supernatural precision and speed. To risk their one advantage, the time had to be right. For the last 3 years, they have remained hidden, waiting for their opportunity to fight back. The opportunity is today. 3 years later. Headmark Borderland, Kaskad Dominion Annex, occupied Fyrland. You peer out the vast stretch of land before you. Despite years of occupation, it still feels like home. A pilot points to a spot on the map directly ahead of you. Langset, one of Fyrland's remote outposts, now under Kaskad command, and, if your intel can be trusted, home to a mobile base currently undergoing repairs. It's time to make your move. Okay, same camera controls. The detail of your current operation and active objectives are displayed here. Find a home base. Find a foothold. Hover over the destination and press right click to move the world map. If you ever get lost, press tab to recenter the camera. Okay. Oh, okay. I think we want to go up here to Langset. Langset. Once a remote mine way up in Headmark Highlands, Kaskad forces repurposed it as a repair yard for some of their larger armored vehicles. Those were the early days of the occupation. Now, aside from a small patrol, it seems nearly abandoned. Your mech frames haven't had a tune-up since before the invasion, but they should have no trouble here, especially when they're equipped with prediction systems. One of your pilots spots an old Kaskad mobile base, settled into a repair bay, right for the taking. It's time to move in. Let's suit up. All right. Squad's in position, ready to breach. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is what we've been training for. If we can capture that mobile base, we'll be able to repair and refit these rusty mechs. Control, we're seeing 2 mechs approaching from the west. I'm getting a negative response on my IFF, treating these signatures as hostile. Okay. Thanks to your prediction systems, this patrol should pose little threat to your mechs. Check the predicted enemy actions, avoid the incoming fire, and strike once in range. Check this corner to see the mission status and objectives. Right now, your main objective is to eliminate all enemies on the field. The enemy has called for reinforcements. It would be a good idea to clear the field before they arrive. Okay. So, we want to be able to move in as quickly as possible. It looks like they have 2 tanks over here. And it looks like those are the only enemies I see. So we have a mech with an assault rifle and a handgun, and one with a shotgun and shield. So we're going to ideally move him up first. Probably right on top of them, I would think. And then we're going to fire as soon as we get in range of the enemy here. Okay, maybe we need to fix this positioning. I was thinking he was going to be there by the end, but no. So we're going to move up to there, I think, and then attack as soon as we're in range, which looks like right about there. Select our target, 96%. Perfect. Attacks generate heat. Keep an eye on the timeline and the heat indicator. Space attacks to let your heat disperse to avoid damage. Okay, I see. So as our attack happens, the little thermometer looking bar increases. Okay. So then let's go ahead and grab our other mech here and tell him to move in. He's got a little bit of a longer range, and he can move a little bit further. So let's try and get him over here to a flanking position like we did before. And let's go ahead and see. So let's go ahead and put an attack there against him, 84%. And then can we squeeze in another attack here at the end? 86%. Okay. So let's go ahead and execute the command. Looks like he blew up into something there. Nice. So they're crashing. They're crashing. He comes in, fires, and destroys him. Perfect. Okay. So our so longbow here. Nope, the other guy. Kilo. We're gonna want him to move out of the way. Let's have him move over here and fire at the enemy, which he can just fire as soon as he starts his turn. And then longbow, we're just gonna have him turn and kind of face out this way, just so he doesn't get hit by that shotgun blast. Oh, that was the replay. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and execute. Yep. He finishes him off, maybe? No, he's still around. Whoops. I thought that would have finished him off. Deploying. Those old mechs. Ha, is this supposed to be Fyrland's resistance? Let's put them in the ground and report it to command. Okay, I made a little bit of a mistake there. I thought that that would finish him off, but apparently not. So let's try and get over here, maybe? And then we're going to go ahead and fire immediately because I think we're in range. Nope, not quite. So we're going to let him get a little bit closer to us. 84%. And then let's fire. Let's see, can we fire again with our main weapon? I think so. There we go. Let's do that. And then let's swap to Kilo here. Have them go ahead and fire. And start moving up to engage this other enemy as well. There we go. And is that going to be enough? So it's saying unit damage 240 out of 102. So does that mean they're going to destroy them? Let's go ahead and find out. Execute. So no, they're still... Ooh, that's hurting a little bit. I'm surprised they're not taking them out yet, but that's okay. I really thought that would finish them off. Set in timeline. Go ahead and fire on him again. And let's go ahead and put another one in right at the... Oh, whoops. We don't want to overlap that. Fire again. See if we can't take him out. And then let's move him back over here. Oh. Find when he's in range. 73%. Now our secondary attack we're not close enough for. So let's go ahead and add another primary attack here at the end. 100% and execute. Okay, there we go. We finally destroyed that tank. And we're taking a bit of damage here on our other guy, but that's okay. I think we actually want to stay just in range of him. So he's coming towards us, so let's keep moving back. And we should be able to attack. Yep, perfect. And do another primary attack. Oh, okay. Overheating will cause damage, so we don't want to do that. We want to wait and fire again. And let's grab you, and we're gonna have you stay right here on him as well. And you're gonna fire right at the start of the turn. And then if you're not gonna overheat here, there we go. Fire again. Perfect. Execute. So you're, are you both taking overheat damage? Yeah, I think you are. But he's crashing, so that's good. So let's go ahead and attack. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Attack. And have him attack right at the very beginning. Now, let's see. It looks like he's at half. Oh, so that's going to actually set him into overheat. So maybe we don't want to do that. Let's wait till his heat drops a little bit more, and then we'll attack right there. And then that should hopefully stop him from overheating. Yep, perfect. Let's check him to make sure. Yeah, he's gonna do the same thing. So remove that. And wait till his heat has gone down. And we'll attack. Perfect. And then, can we get another attack in? Maybe right there. And we're not going to worry about moving, I think. We're just going to go ahead and try and take him out. Okay, that should be good enough that we don't have to worry about overheating. And execute. Yeah, there we go. Took him out. Perfect. It looks like when he did explode, he kind of damaged him a little bit. Alright, all clear. Looks like we got them before they managed to get the word out. Let's salvage what equipment we can, then get this crawler up and running. No targets remaining. Mission successful. After each fight, you will receive key metrics, the state of your squad, and available rewards. Debriefing starts with a quick summary of the outcome and key stats. Battle length is one of the most important metrics here. A quick, decisive fight is usually better for your squad than a protracted engagement. So, 30 seconds, 29 actions planned, 0 destructible blocks demolished, 1,278 damage inflicted on hostile units, 3 units destroyed, damage taken 1446. So definitely could have been better there. I think some of that's probably the fire damage we got, because I was misreading that. Okay, so the next page covers the state of your pilots and mechs. Take care of your squad is key to a successful campaign, so it's important to take note of pilot injuries, fatigue, experience gain, and other events that occur in combat. The mech assigned to a given pilot will be displayed in the background. You can hover over the panel to get additional information. Proceed to the next page. Most fights will yield rewards that can include valuable resources or even items that you can immediately equip on your mech. You can click the item in this list to check the stats. Okay, so we got SG2 Shred Shotgun and AR1 Astra Assault Rifle. Okay, so that's our shotgun here, and that's the assault rifle. Supercharged perk. Precision perk. Focus. The subsystem is welded into the part and can't be replaced. Random modification with many possible variants. Okay. The final step is salvaging. Every enemy you defeat on the battlefield might provide new parts for your mechs. In this step, you can decide what to take and what to leave behind. Each enemy with compatible equipment will be displayed in the list. Units like tanks might not have any, while enemy mechs might have up to 6 usable items. Some fights can involve dozens of enemies, so remember to check for additional pages listing more units and items. Use the button on the right to recover scrap or abandon any given item. So we want to recover. So it looks like 15. You are limited by the salvage budget, but it can vary depending on the number of defeated units, mission type, province, or even pilots you bring to the fight. Some options can be more costly, such as recovering items instead of scrapping them, or for resources, recovering higher quality items, or recovering parts that were destroyed in combat. If you're unsure what to pick, it can be a good idea to check your squad. You can click here to compare your parts of your mech. As an example, checking a shield from your mech can help you decide whether another shield you found is worth taking. When you're ready to finish, press the button here. Okay. So, recover, collect the equipment, medium torso, assault rifles, recover, scrap, or abandon. So we have a total budget of 55. So, Sure, let's get the torso, the assault rifle, and an arm. And that's all we can get. So, but we can also scrap those if we want. And then confirm. Sure. The mobile base is creaky from disuse, but still otherwise intact. Inside the giant crawler, there's ample space to accommodate pilots and crew, complete with a mech bay. It won't be cozy, but it'll serve well as a home for you and your crew. Click this button to begin exploring the mobile base. This is the mobile base's unit screen. Here you can inspect every mech in your roster. Click this button to edit the selected units. This is the editing screen. You can inspect and swap out individual parts. These are the parts we picked up. This is what's currently equipped. Mech equipment is complex and characterized by many different stats, so it is normal to take your time here. You can hover over different stats to see what they do. There are parts in your inventory compatible with current socket. Okay. Hover over a weapon to see the comparison. Some picks might have trade-offs, while others could be a direct upgrade. One of the most straightforward ways to pick part is checking their level. Increasing the equipment level lets the mech face stronger enemies as damage and health is scaled with the level. Equip a new weapon by double-clicking it. So right now we have the AR2 burst. So scatter 5, 6, optimal range 2 to 68 meters or 2 to 53 meters. Action duration is a little bit longer with faster cooldown. Unit damage per attack 321. I don't know why. Oh, per hit is less, but per attack is higher. Okay. So let's just go ahead and equip that new one to him. Note how the stats and average level of your unit has increased. Consider the unit's overall performance when refitting a weapon's power. Might have trade-offs in weight as well. You can customize the paint scheme. That's pretty cool. Once you're done exploring... Okay. So, let's just real quick check this out. Okay, we can do pretty much everything. A lot of options here. I feel like you really spend a lot of time... oh, 2 pages even? Dang. You could really spend a lot of time in here personalizing your mechs. You can change their name and everything. So that's pretty cool. Let's go... Can we go back in there? Change the symbol. This is our pilots that we have. They're both combat ready with 1 out of 4 fatigue. Whoops. Okay, let's go back into the inventory, or how did we get back to that? There we go. So we have a medium torso, which is the same as we have equipped, but it looks like it's a level 2. I think. Yeah, I think so. So maybe we should just go ahead and equip that as well. Okay. Well, I could definitely mess around with that quite a lot, but I think we're going to go ahead and continue on for the sake of time. As the crawler systems come to life, you immediately notice a blip on the scanner. It's a distress call sent from a civilian radio on 3F frequencies. Kaskad forces have begun to move into a local village, no doubt in response to your attack on the outpost. There's no time to waste. Alright, let's go ahead and get over here. So there's something here. Let's go ahead and check this out because it is kind of on the way. Finding a foothold, occupation forces have begun to move into a nearby village. Eliminate them before they have a chance to rally. You come across a massive concrete tunnel disappearing into the hillside, likely another entrance to the mining complex. The driver, visibly relieved, jumps out of their seat and rushes downstairs to check their suspension. The old metal beast has been surprisingly cooperative so far, but after years in storage, there's no shortage of things for your engineers to check. Should we check out the mine? Ask one of your pilots. Considering our proximity to Langset, there might still be some equipment inside. Yeah, let's go ahead and search it. Some old equipment has been stashed in the entrance to the tunnel, but your squad reports that they found a small storage area off to the side. You look out the window to see your crew dragging a large crate through the grass. Alright, so we got a container. Oh, nice. We got new legs, medium legs. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and continue on to the village. So definitely worth stopping, spending a little bit extra time, picking up some new equipment. I like the art design for this, it's nice. The crawler stops at the outskirts of the village. The briefing table in front of you lights up with enemy signatures and topographic scans. We can't go in there guns blazing as usual, a pilot says to another. This isn't a base or a battlefield. These are people's homes. Alright, let's go ahead and suit up. And continue. You can review mission details, environmental warnings, enemy numbers, and other intel before proceeding to the base. Or proceeding to your squad. The holo table lets you preview the terrain, unit positions, and key locations. The second page of the briefing lets you see how many units you can deploy and decide which mechs and pilots to send out. Check the tooltip of units and pilots on the left to review their state. You might have a unit with a weapon that doesn't match its pilot specialization, an injured pilot, or other issues that can be addressed before deploying. Once you're happy with your unit and pilots chosen for the mission, you can click deploy. Okay, so we're allowed 2. And that's good because that's all we have for now. So let's go ahead and deploy. Start combat. Yeah, I'm really digging this art style. It's really crisp and clean, and just has a really nice feel to it. Liberation. Reserves level 1. Squad in position. I'm assuming we're gonna try and have this little mission calls for careful work. We need to eliminate the enemy, but we can't leave the district in ruins. Let's lure the enemy away from the buildings. Not every fight takes place out in the field or in a military installation. From time to time, you will need to deal with enemies in civilian areas. Avoid using civilian buildings as cover to protect them from damage. Leaving a city in ruins can complicate your campaign, reducing rewards, worsening your relationship with residents, resistance forces, or outright failing the mission. Okay. When fighting in cities, some enemies might hold fire until they get line of sight. However, it's best not to count on their trigger discipline. The enemies will fire if they catch a glimpse of your unit, even if there's a civilian building behind it. Okay, so we want to get out of here. So maybe it would be best to have our faster mech longbow here move out. Let's see. We can outpace them. So if we could draw them out here, that would probably be ideal. So let's maybe have them move here. And then can we fire our primary weapon once we get... Okay, we're not going to reach that far. And I don't want to fire in between the buildings, but... Yeah, because I'm worried that that's going to hit that building. So let's try and do that. And then we'll have this guy also move up this way, because I think he is a little bit slower. Can we tell him to move here and then issue another move command? Yeah. It's just taking too long, I think. Okay, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and try that. And hopefully they don't fire at me until I get over here. Yep, perfect. That's working great. Fyrland Freedom Forces. Approaching the LZ, landing 5 seconds away. Glad to join the fight, Commander. Okay, so it looks like we have some reinforcements coming in. Incoming allies are approaching our location after receiving our call for help. Okay, so we're going to have him continue moving. And then once he gets to here... Oh, whoops. Not you. I have the wrong mech selected. There we go. Yeah, once he gets to here, we should be able to turn and have him fire on him and not hit any of the buildings. And then we have you moving that way. We might actually have to have him move back up here. I don't think he's going to be in range anywhere. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was hoping they would follow me out this way, but it doesn't look like they're going to be doing that. So we have our ally dropping in there. And we fired on the enemy tank over there. Alright. Hopefully our allies decide to not destroy the town as well. So we're going to have Kilo continue to advance up here, I think. Are they firing on me any? So we want him to move up there. And as soon as you're in range... Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. So let's fix this. Because he's moving this direction. We want him to move out here into the open a little bit. And then we're going to have him fire right about here. Nope, maybe another second later. Yeah, right there. And then hopefully take that shot. We're going to swap back over to you. Yeah. Let's position you up here. And maybe we'll get a height advantage from the terrain. Let's see. Right here, we should be able to fire on them. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I think we'll go ahead and execute. Okay, so we got that one crashed. Oh, that one's destroyed, I think. Okay. So unfortunately, he's coming to flank us pretty good. So that one's destroyed. Let's get him continuing to move down this way. Or maybe not. Let's just have him move over here and fire on that tank again, because it's already crashed. So let's see if we can't get it destroyed. So it says unit damage 321 at 246, so I'm thinking that's going to destroy it. And then let's swap over here. We're going to have you immediately fire on him. 75%. And then can you raise your shield at the same time? Secondary actions cannot overlap. Okay. So at the end of your turn, though, we could have you raise your shield. Or at the end of your fire, we'll have you raise your shield. Like that. Okay, let's go ahead and execute. So doing a little bit of damage, raising his shield. Okay, so I think... Yeah, I think that hurt him because he crashed into our shield. And it looks like that tank is still up. So first of all, we're gonna have Kilo attack, 100% damage, and if we can get another attack in, let's see, right about there, that should let's have him move like this. I don't want it to crash into him though. Is that what it's telling me? It's gonna crash into him? Well, let's try it. Let's try and move here around him. And then again, we'll put, try and get another attack off. Once we lose some of that heat. 100% damage. Perfect. And then we're gonna have him attack right away. Again. And then move a little bit closer. And then let's see if we can have him attack with his secondary. Just checking the heat here. And on him. And make sure the heat doesn't exceed it. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and execute our command. Okay, yep, so we destroyed that tank. And we're going to get another shot off right in his back, it looks like. It looks like it was pretty close that our guy almost hit us with those missiles. Okay, so we're going to advance. Okay, he's coming back towards us. So we're going to go ahead and fire off a shot right away. As soon as we can. 89%. Okay. And then as he's coming towards us, we're going to back off. And can we get up here? Yeah, it looks like he's gonna get us either way. So maybe we just want to try and get up here. And then we'll get another shot off. We might even be able to get a few shots off. So 92% there. And let's see, wait till heat disperses. Maybe another shot off there. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our secondary unit. Let's have him also come up this way. And we're gonna wait until the end of our move here. And I think we're going to yeah, we're gonna go ahead and attack. I don't think our shotgun will do too much damage to that building behind him, so we're gonna go ahead and target him and execute our orders. So, alright, we got him. Nice, we didn't have to even take him out, which, that's okay. We didn't do any damage to the building. Alright, no targets remain, mission successful. Alright, not too bad. Victory. 30 seconds, 34 actions planned, 4 blocks demolished. This time we did a lot better job of not taking as much damage. So we did 891 damage and only took 450. So that's pretty good. +1 fatigue, -2 health, and -10% frame integrity. +1 fatigue, -0 health, and -9 frame integrity. Okay. So we got 1 camp supplies, and then we can continue here to see what we want to get. So we have, I think this means the level, so level 2. Last time we didn't get any legs, so let's definitely make sure we grab those. Sure. And then we'll scrap this torso. And then we didn't get anything from the mech, which is unfortunate. Oh, whoops. Okay. So that just toggles all of them, but we don't have enough points to grab all of it, so we're going to go ahead and confirm. Alright, one of your pilots leaps down from their mech, raising cheers from the rest of the crew. Everyone's in high spirits, but you can see that they need rest. The medbay and repair systems are finally up and running. It's time for a short stop. Okay, so thanks for playing the demo. The full game features an expansive campaign, in-depth build crafting, and loads more content. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I might have to look at maybe doing a series if you guys are interested in it. I had a lot of fun. Kind of an XCOM-ish squad builder where you have to manage swapping in and out injured units, and also this fatigue system. But then the timeline mechanic, instead of being a turn-based, that's really interesting. I'm trying to think if I can think of any other games that do that, but definitely very interesting. Sets it apart from, you know, being just like all the other turn-based, and it seems like there's a very in-depth customization system as well. So this could be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this demo. Like I said, it is currently on sale on Steam right now for I think $14.99 until December 3rd. So if you guys are interested in checking out the demo and playing more for yourself, or getting the game, I will leave the link to the Steam page in the description below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.